Hello, spiritual seeker. This is Deepa Lou, and I'm the creative mystic. And this morning I woke up really feeling inspired to share with you, something off my spiritual journey. I woke up this morning and I felt divinely guided to talk to you about your likes and your dislikes, and how they serve you and they can also keep you stuck where you are. So for some reason, I woke up this morning. I hadn't even been thinking about it the night before, but woke up with this, whole thing about your likes and your dislikes and how they can keep you stuck, but then you need them. And how do you discern between your likes and dislikes? And what is your true heart's desire? Because that's the key here, is often people don't know what their true heart's desire is. And so what I realized this morning when I was just in contemplation thinking about it was how when you're in your likes and dislikes, I think you probably already know this if you're a spiritual seeker, most people know, when you're really caught in those likes and dislikes, you're caught in your ego, right? Your subconscious mind, your subconscious programming. And that, it occurred to me how if you live your life, you make your choices all by your likes and dislikes, that you will ever kind of be stuck right where you are, because those likes and dislikes have gotten you where you are so far. So you might be wondering, like, well, who wants to have a life of doing things they dislike? And now I'm not telling you to go do the things you dislike, because those dislikes are telling you something. They're telling you something about your personality. They're telling you about where you are, and you want to accept where you are, but also not be caught by where you are. So, a dislike could be, because a lot of people live by their dislikes of staying away from what they dislike. Or they have dislikes and they do them because they should, or they feel like they have to. Now, and that's never good. But if you're a person who really just tries to avoid what they dislike, you'll be forever caught right where you are. You won't be able to move beyond it. And so one of the things my wife had said to me years ago, she goes, "You're not really ruled by your likes and dislikes, are you?" I said, well, I have likes and dislikes like everybody else. But if I know that something will get me the desired result I want, I'll do it even if I don't like it. So like if I go to an herbalist and they tell me to drink this herb, and it doesn't taste the greatest, I dislike it. But I drink it, even though I don't like it, and I see that, something's improving. It's, I can see there's a benefit. I'll give it a week or so, and I see that it's actually working, then I'll keep doing it, even though I don't like the taste of that particular herb in the tea. But here's the key about how you can start to discern whether you should do a dislike or not do it, okay? Is you are supposed to be, and this is the thing I learned from yoga and from my own spiritual path, of my Buddhist path of chanting for your desires, is that it's about you making a cause and then seeing the experience that you have. See, this is a really important factor here, because everybody on the spiritual path finds a spiritual path often, and they do what that spiritual teacher says. And I'm not telling you there's anything wrong with that, because I've done that. I've come to a place where I'm interfaith, and now I see what I do is live by the path of yoga, in that I try a spiritual practice and see how my experience is. See, so I'm a mystic. I'm the creative mystic. I love creativity. I see how creativity helps you with your spiritual gifts and expanding them, because they expanded mine, and I see how it expands my clients' gifts, okay? It expands you into the possibility realm. It strengthens your connection with divine presence, depending on how you do your creativity. That's a whole nother topic. But, and I'm a mystic. Now, what is a mystic? A mystic is someone who's seeking a direct experience of the divine, in whatever form you believe in, whether you call the divine God, Mother Mary, Buddha, Allah, doesn't matter, okay? But a mystic is looking for that direct experience of the divine. And that divine might be that you feel joy or love or have a vision. It could be, there's all kinds of mystical experiences that are out there. But you're looking for your direct experience of what works for you. So, that's how you can start to discern. Should I do something I don't like? Because, my experience is that this is helping me. This is helping me be healthier. If it's a physical issue you have, like you go to an herbalist because you're wanting, more physical health, or on your spiritual path, which is, obviously if you're a creative mystic yourself or a mystic, how is this spiritual practice? How are you experiencing it? Are you seeing a transformation? Are you feeling more love, more joy, more peace? Are you finding that this is inspiring you? Because sometimes, on the spiritual journey, it's about what inspiration, what inspires you. Because when you're on the spiritual path a long time, it's not necessarily about, newness anymore. It's about how do you stay inspired to not, do your spiritual practice as just a habit. In fact, I realized about a week or two ago that I've been really kind of just falling into the habit of doing my practice in the morning rather than approaching it of like, you know what, every morning I'm going to get up and have a mystical experience of the divine. And so I've been approaching it really differently in the last, week or two about, I'm having, a mystical experience. In fact, if you're watching my other little videos I'm starting to put up, it's all about I'm doing this Mother Mary challenge of, painting the 54 versions and names of the Holy Mother in different forms. So right now I'm working on Holy Mother Mary of Joy. And I'm going to be my goal is to be doing one a week, which is a big challenge, but, to create these 54 names in a little bit, obviously, over a year. So we'll see how it goes, but the challenge is to be painting every week of immersing myself and creating and bringing these into physical form, these different versions of Mother Mary. Now, I did a prayer the other day, just saying to Mother Mary, like, okay, Mother Mary, if I'm supposed to do this challenge, give me a vision. And she gave me a vision. So I started with Holy Mother Mary of Joy, or Holy Mother of Joy. And so, so you want to, what are you experiencing? So that's the thing about the spiritual journey is you have to always bring it back. And this is the biggest thing I always tell people is, like draw from what you feel inspired by, but see how is it affecting you. Are you having mystical experiences, or are you feeling more joy? Because that's a mystical experience. Are you feeling more love or inner peace? That's a mystical experience. People think of mystical experiences as having visions, and I'm so grateful for the visions of the spirit guides that come to me. And the way Mother Mary comes to me in many forms, like she gave me a vision of her, of joy. And that's, what I'm currently painting in this 54-day challenge that I just started. But you want to come back to you, like when I give you an idea or a tip, I always want you to take that idea and tip and experience it and go, what's my experience? Am I having a mystical experience? Is this making me feel more peaceful? Do I feel like I'm growing spiritually? Am I more patient out in the world? Because part of the spiritual growth is how are you out in the world too? Not just the experience. You want to go by the experience you're having in your practice, but do I find that I'm able to bring some of this into the world and be more patient, more loving, more joyful, more peaceful in my interactions? That also is a mystical experience. Because sometimes you may not notice it in your time that you say, okay, here's my time for my spiritual practice of maybe it's meditation or chanting or whatever yours is, but do I notice a difference in my life? Because that's also a mystical experience. It's the mystical experience that you're stepping into your power of transforming your life to what you desire. So that's what I was divinely guided to share with you. Remember, greatness is within you. It's time to let it out. Have a miraculous day. Blessings.